I don't know about you. I never get tired of watching great looking zero emission vehicles. Wink, wink. Thank you, Nicola, for your support for the California Policy Summit and your ongoing engagement with CalSTART. And thank you, Janice and Councilmember Williams. If you've had a chance to go to any clean transportation conference in person lately, you know that breakout rooms are full when the topic is green hydrogen. There's a ton of curiosity and interest, and CalSTART is very excited to get to work with Janice on some of the initiatives with this coalition. We at CalSTART are fortunate to work with so many manufacturers, including our next panelist and sponsoring organization, Volvo Group North America. Don Fenton, Vice President of Government Relations and Public Affairs, also CalSTART board member, joins CalSTART's Cristiano Fasana, who directs the Global Drive to Zero program. Welcome, Don and Cristiano. Following this session, there will be a break and I will see you on the other side.
No, thank you. Very happy to be here. And we're here to discuss how California's approach to accelerating zero-emission technologies for commercial vehicles can teach many lessons to other regions worldwide. And also how Volvo's work in California has helped shape their zero-emission strategy. But before we go there, I'm just delighted to welcome Volvo as our newest Drive to Zero pledge partner, meaning that Volvo is joining our existing group of over 130 government and industry stakeholders to work together to accelerate the zero-emission commercial vehicles. So Don, very happy to have you here. And could you just start by saying your motivation and Volvo's motivation to join Drive to Zero, what you hope to gain from the network, and also what you expect to contribute to it?
Sure, Cristiano. And let me say thank you for having me here today. And also just to say how excited we are at Volvo Group to come on as the latest member of the Global Drive to Zero pledge. You know, Volvo Group has always seen zero emission vehicles as the future of our industry. And we've always acknowledged that since our industry is part of the problem, it also needs to be part of the solution. So joining the Global Drive to Zero pledge is consistent with our interest in working collaboratively with all stakeholders on a mix of policies and programs that will form the foundation on which this paradigm shift to commercial zero-emission vehicles will take root. You know, our early entrance into the marketplace has provided valuable insights and lessons that we're looking forward to sharing with other members and other signatories of the pledge.
No, thank you very much, and very happy to have Volvo in our network. And so last year, Volvo committed to 100% global sales being fossil-free by 2040. So can you tell us about your motivation and how you see that commitment driving investments in battery, electric, and fuel cell technologies?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to explain. So, you know, in 2020, during our Capital Markets Day, the Volvo Group announced its ambition for all of its product sales to be 100% fossil fuel free by 2040. And so in 2019, the company began selling battery electric vehicles in Europe. And this was followed in 2020 by making these products available in the United States. So we recognize that the need to transform our industry, we recognize the need that we have to change our industry if we're going to meet the Paris Climate Accord and if we're going to keep global warming to just 1.5 degrees. And so we knew we had to set aggressive goals for ourselves in order to really walk the talk. You know, over the coming 2 decades, we're going to see an expansion of our battery electric vehicle and equipment offerings, as well as introducing fuel cell vehicles later in this decade. And if we expect to achieve this goal in 2040, we felt it was important for us to set an aggressive interim goal as well of having 35% of our global sales be zero emission vehicles by 2030. And then it's between 2030 and 2040 that we're really going to see the biggest expansion of zero emission vehicles in our product offerings. And while we're absolutely committed to getting to 100% fossil fuel free products by 2040, we recognize that there's going to be some applications where, because it's extreme duty cycles or climate or other reasons, that there's still going to be some requirements for combustion engines. But we know that it's still going to be, we can still meet this goal through the use of alternative fuels.
That's good. So Don, as we know, California, has been a world leader in their approach to market transformation of commercial vehicles to zero-emission technologies. One of the main topics of our discussion here today. And so CALSTART recently completed an evaluation of the California's model to accelerate the zero-emission medium and heavy-duty vehicle space. And really the main takeaway is that it is a combination of ambitious targets, strong regulations, and targeted incentives that's really the secret sauce for a market transformation. So could you tell us about what can other countries learn from California on how to create the strong policy ecosystem with both carrots and sticks?
Sure. There is no doubt that California has taken incredible steps to encourage the transition of the transportation sector to zero emissions. The state's been pushing for the transition to zero emission vehicles in the light duty sector for many years, with progress taking longer than many had originally envisioned. Sales mandates without the complete ecosystem of other public policy and funding programs just can't succeed. Nevertheless, we're really encouraged by the state's expanding effort to create a complete ecosystem of support. And we see this through the increased coordination between the different California government agencies and with stakeholders. We see it through more robust funding for vehicle rebates and for the charging infrastructure, and various initiatives and legislation to streamline permitting and address some of the other obstacles that are in play here in terms of getting these vehicles into the marketplace. And so together, all of these things provide a really great model for how to have success in bringing these zero emission vehicles in the market. And so we hope that other states and countries around the globe will look at California's example of knowing that you need all of these policies and programs together.
No, that sounds good. Don, I completely agree that it is really the combination of very strong policies, both the carrots and the sticks that really can move the market forward.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about Volvo Lights, finally here, which is very exciting. And, if you can tell us how Volvo Lights in California has helped shape Volvo's strategy, both globally and in North America.
Sure, I'm happy to talk about Volvo Lights. I have just such a personal dedication to Volvo Lights. I've been there since it was the seed of an idea. And so I get very energized talking about Volvo Lights. It's a shining example, no pun intended, as Volvo Lights, but it's a shining example of California's leadership and dedication and commitment to working collaboratively with others to achieve its vision. Our leaders, from Volvo Group CEO Martin Lundstedt on down, have reinforced this notion that partnership is the new leadership. And California has been an incredible partner in the Volvo Lights project that has really provided us and the other partners with a greater understanding of the lessons learned and what needs to be achieved in order to get these zero emission vehicles in the marketplace. We've learned through Volvo Lights that the journey's hard. We know that it's going to require patience. We've learned that more than ever before, we need to listen to our stakeholders, to our customers who use these vehicles, to know what the obstacles are that they're facing and preventing them from wanting to take these vehicles on and integrate them into their fleets. And that we need to address those things in order to achieve success. So based on all of this, the Volvo Group strategy has included many bold steps. In Europe, we've announced a formation of a joint venture, cell-centric, with our competitor Daimler Trucks. And we've also announced an MOU with Daimler Trucks and also Traton to work together to try and put in place the infrastructure that's needed for this transition. And here in North America, we've taken the lessons from Volvo Lights and used that to help facilitate and structure our strategy of integrating these vehicles in the marketplace in other places like New York and North Carolina and Colorado and other places as well. And not only have we applied some of the lessons geographically, but also across our product line, so that now it's very helpful in understanding how to go about introducing these products successfully in the construction industry, for transit buses, for refuse trucks, even for fire trucks and marine engines. So, Volvo Lights, has really emphasized that our core commitment to safety, quality, and environmental care, taken together with working together in partnership with stakeholders, is really going to be fundamental to the success of changing this industry.
Hey, Dawn, I love your enthusiasm about Volvo Lights, of course, and what you said about partnership and leadership and how closely connected they are is really at the heart of Drive to Zero and actually the whole CALSTART family as well.
Right. So I look forward to working with you together in the months and years ahead, Christiana.
Absolutely. Same here. Delighted for this increased partnership. And, thank you for signing the Drive to Zero pledge, for being here with us, and really looking forward to what we have next and play for the policy summit. So thank you all for listening and being here with us.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bill Van Amberg.
And I'm Alicia Gildy. On behalf of CalSTART, we want to take a moment and thank every single one of you who have taken the time to join our CCTU community. We do this for you, but we couldn't do it without you.
15 countries, leading countries have aligned ambition on when they're going to reach 100%. This has never been done.
The momentum is there. We've built it. It's time to implement now. And just in the session today, our friends at DHL were talking about how the MOU doesn't just send a signal, it provides assurance to industry to invest.
That was a big point. The Clean Commercial Transportation Update, CCTU, strives to create a broadcast that shows the reality, pace of change, and the benefits of growing our clean transportation industry.
It moves now into action. The steps have to start today for us to get anywhere in 2030, and I think that's the most exciting thing here.
By 2040, we see that the internal combustion engine will have very, very hard time to compete on any applications.
Over the past year, CCTU has traveled the road we need to take to reach 100% zero emissions and highlighted the critical work being done to get there by CalSTART's initiatives, members, and our partners worldwide. And we will CCTU soon.